Bad, not bad.
Oh,
Bad.
great.
All right, complete this sentence. Ghanaian men
Are responsible,
mm,
hardworking.
mm,
Yeah.
okay. Winston added romantic.
Yes, I think so to a large extent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what your customer says? Is that what the customer says?
But I had a Vox, and those were very good reviews for Ghanaian men.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It seems we are very highly thought of. Yes. I shouldn't sound so surprised, should I? But yeah. We are quite
I think
highly
Ghanaian
thought
men are also very good lovers.
of. You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've
How
heard
do
that.
you know?
I mean, when you interact with other journalists from other countries, they have some very positive things to say about.
Obiase.
But to some extent, I think it's a weakness because I think that we love to a fault, and sometimes. Have you seen a Ghanaian man broken-hearted before? Like, broken heart. It's too bad.
Hey, it becomes a physical illness.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, maybe one of the reasons why Ghanaian men are perceived as good lovers by people of other nationalities is because we're a little transparent. Ghanaian men are not. We don't easily pretend to be what we are not.
That's true.
We don't do it as well as others. So
Leave it there.
Yeah. We don't do it as well as others. So what you see is what you get, and then from the very beginning, you so the more you get to know them, the more they establish who they are. And then that kind of makes you trust them more, and I suppose that would make them quite good.
But I'd like to hear what the women don't like about Ghanaian men.
Yes, that is. Look, that was the purpose of the exercise. But you remember when we started with the ladies, they said they were perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to hear anything negative. But we are interested. We want to know what you don't like about us.
Yeah, because we want to be better.
Yes, we are very interested in improving. Some people are perfect. Anyway.
And where is pointing to the WhatsApp line? I think it's the topic.
Yes. Listen. As we did last week, let's do the same this week, okay? Send your voice notes through. I would like you to finish the sentence for us. Ghanaian men, and then add whatever you like. You feel is your truth about Ghanaian men. Use 055 1111 997. That's the WhatsApp line. Send your voice note in. We want to play as many of them as possible. Okay, so Ghanaian men, right? Okay, the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. For the Joy Business Report, we're grateful for the sponsorship of Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. Don't forget, if you're traveling, never leave home without Glyco Life Travel Insurance. That way you're covered for medical and emergency assistance, including COVID care, personal 24-hour services, replacement for lost baggage, passport, driving license, national ID card, and or any other equivalent consular documents. And of course, Glyco Travel Insurance guarantees you cover for personal accident, personal liability, compensation for trip cancellation or curtailment, and losses and delays that last over 4 hours. So why don't you call Glyco Life on 0302 218 500 or 020 2222 113. You can WhatsApp that number as well for a travel insurance policy that best suits your needs and an enjoyable travel in absolute peace of mind. Make it Glyco. We cushion you for life.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, Ghana Revenue Authority set to take over property tax collection from local assemblies by the end of this month. Also coming up, Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research retrace the need for a clear industrialization policy for Ghana as the country pursues a program with the International Monetary Fund. And later on the Business Journal, we'll tell you how bakers are struggling to cope with increasing prices of flour as consumers complain of high prices of bread. Details coming up. Happy Friday, everyone. My name is Daryl. Kwawu. First up, the Ghana Revenue Authority is set to take over the collection of property rates from local assemblies from the end of this month. Now, the decision was taken after the authority completed the necessary mapping of properties in all the key regions across the country. According to the GRA, it is moving into the space after the various local authorities struggled to collect property rates over the years. Now, Reverend Dr. Daryl is Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. He has been speaking on PM Express Business Edition.
There are a number of properties that we have already raised the assessment. We have introduced a common platform that is a system that allows you to be able to populate all the properties in there. And then we are encouraging property owners to go online and be able to update their records with any additional properties that they have. And then within that system, we're able to generate your rates applicable to your property. I think that in taxation, we always have voluntary compliance and then you come to the enforcement. And then so what we have decided is, as per the law, there will be a 48 days within which we expect people to be compliant. And if they are not compliant, then we will start now looking at the enforcement measures. And so there will be a lot of advertisements that we have started. I'm sure this week you'll be seeing some of the adverts in the papers. That will encourage voluntary compliance.
Reverend Dr. Daryl is Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. There is a repeat of that interview on the Joy News channel this morning at 11. Don't miss it. Now, economist at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Charles Aka, has stressed the need for government to redirect its policies on industrialization. He maintains that focusing on the industrial sector will not only create jobs but reduce Ghana's dependency on imported goods. According to him, it is time for a clear policy direction to help transform the economy, even as the country pursues an economic bailout from the International Monetary Fund.
We will need to address our import dependency to reduce our import bill. And for me, I think the details are still going to be checked. That is something that I think we need to look at. How to industrialize and how to stop importing. Some of the things we import include toothpick. The last time I saw mop stick that the children are taking to secondary school is imported from China. These are sticks that you use to put into the mop. These kind of things that we keep importing, we should have the capacity, and we need to look at where is the financing going to come from. Is the government going to finance that, or are they going to borrow from the commercial banks at 40%, 30-something% interest rate? They are not going to be sustainable. We've done this before under Kwame Nkrumah. And we realized that even at Champon, they were not sustainable. So it's a comprehensive program that has to be looked at.
That was economist at the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Charles Aka. Now, economist and senior lecturer at the Economics Department of the University of Ghana, Dr. Priscilla Chumesi-Balfour, wants the majority and minority in Parliament to work together to ensure the passage of some revenue bills to boost the country's fiscal position. President Akufo-Addo, in his State of the Nation address, made an appeal to Parliament to pass a number of tax bills to enable the country complete processes for an economic bailout from the IMF. Speaking to Joy Business, Dr. Chumesi-Balfour said the passage of the revenue bills is necessary to improve the country's tax revenue in relation to the size of the economy, which is below sub-Saharan Africa's average.
I believe that at this point in time, we should put Ghana first and set the politics aside a bit. And in that regard, we should look at the bigger picture and see what the country stands to gain in terms of passage of all these. It's important that as a country, we work seriously towards revenue mobilization, because the base of our revenue mobilization is very weak, and consistently we have been underperforming. I mean, you look at our tax to GDP ratio, we're doing in the range of 14 to 15%, which is woefully inadequate.
Dr. Priscilla Chimesi-Balfour there, an economist. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. As part of efforts to boost trade and support SMEs to expand to other markets, Zenith Bank Ghana, in partnership with the World Trade Center Accra and Alibaba.com, has trained over 300 SMEs through the Alibaba Global Seller Training e-course masterclass. The training provided participants with practical digital marketing tools and insight on how to list products on Alibaba.com. Speaking to Joy Business, Head of Retail Banking at Zenith Bank, Gloria Kabute Adodoaji, said the bank is committed to supporting the funding needs of SMEs.
So one of the first things that we are trying to do is to make sure that, just as we presented today, the small owners know what it takes to get access to finance. We are giving them a lot of training, advisory support, and Zenith Bank is also partnering with DFIs such as GESEL, partnering with the Development Bank Ghana, and other organizations to be able to get access to finance for SMEs who otherwise will not be able to afford the high interest rates that commercial banks typically charge for facilities that they come from the bank.
Gloria Kabute Adodoaji, Head Retail Banking at Zenith Bank. Now, the spiral hikes in the cost of key baking ingredients are hitting local bakeries. Flour, the main ingredient of the baking industry, has seen price increase from last year, stemming from reduced importation. In today's episode of the Business Journal, Love FM's Mona Lisa Frimpong engages bakers who are taking steps to keep prices of bread stable whilst maintaining quality taste.
Bread right here, it is 15 cedis. It is heavy.
Blazing heat radiates from the gas-fired oven of Esla's Bakery in Kumasi. The bakery, founded in 2013 by childhood friends Esla Azoche and Rebecca Akins, churns out hundreds of loaves of bread each day for households and hawkers. But rising inflation could soon shut its doors.
When you go to the Ghanaian market right now, the price of flour has doubled. But now we had to sit and analyze, like, what can we do about this? We can't keep on buying flour when there are other alternatives in literature that we can make use of.
Cereals have seen some of the highest price increases, particularly wheat. Naomi Adofo deals in cereals at Asafo Market.
Some prices, everyday increment is in Inti. EMB in a specific price, be a 6 months a day. Price next day, say.
The prices of cereals are not fixed. It skyrockets from time to time. Now, every vendor sells at their own price.
High inflation has been disastrous for bakeries whose sales prices are standardized by the National Bakers Association and have seen little increment since August 2022. Many have had to reduce portion size or hike prices to stay afloat. BB Bakery at Swami has been forced to lay off staff. Theresa Boachibwedu is chief executive.
Formerly, we were baking about 350 bags a day. The working staff is about 85. But currently, the highest that you can bake will be about, say, 170, 180. I wanted to lay some of them off, but they pleaded with me, so they themselves know that, with the current trend, they all can't be here.
To combat rising costs, Esla and Rebecca are using other commodities as substitute in baking bread.
We decided to look for an alternative to use a smaller amount of wheat with a locally made product around. So we considered cassava and the orange flesh sweet potato.
So I roughly estimate we can have 50 kg of wheat costing like 650 cedis, and the same 50 kg of cassava costing about 200 to 300. So you see, it's reducing costs in a way. So that's why we also considered that.
Meanwhile, bakers are advising consumers to brace themselves to pay more for the price of cakes and cookies this year. For Joy Business, Mona Lisa Frimpong reporting.
And thank you, Mona Lisa, for that report. Let's check the markets as we wrap up this morning. Beginning with the commodity market, crude oil dropped marginally to open trading at $81 a barrel. The precious metal gold selling at $1,830.90 an ounce after losing from yesterday's trading. Cocoa, however, went up by $3 trading this morning at $2,732 a ton. On the currency market, the dollar going for 12 cedis 73 pesos. On the forex or retail market, it improved in value against the pound, going for 14 cedis 95 pesos, and the euro selling this morning at 13 cedis 10 pesos. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwawu. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your weekend, and it's back to Kojo Yankton with more of the Super Morning Show. Kojo.
Please. I don't think that's how it works. If you bring a suggestion and Daryl Kwawu reviews it and says this will do.
Well, the point is, he didn't bring that suggestion. I did, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He only helped me get the track.
So it's a song you already knew and you were just looking for the title.
Yeah.
So this is not Imbura's suggestion.
Not at all. I don't know why.
So you see why it's good that